Hello everyone and welcome to my channel. Today we're going to really be talking about 6 mindset hacks that are really imperative for you to start to adapt as you begin this journey of becoming an entrepreneur. I really wanted to do an episode of these mindset hacks because ultimately not a lot of people talk about what it takes at the beginning to become successful in starting your own business. And that's really what I'm here all about, is those beginning stages of wanting to step out and becoming an entrepreneur. These mindset hacks, you've probably already heard all of them. If you really haven't been doing them, do you really know them? And it's kind of like one of my mentors says, if you aren't actually adapting these mindset hacks, it means you don't know them. And my goal here today is to put them in a way that you haven't heard before, and it sparks an interest for you to adapt and put these mindset habits into your daily life. If you find this video valuable, go ahead and give it a thumbs up. And if you're new to this channel and you feel excited or compelled to, go ahead and click subscribe so you are kept up to date with all of the beginning stages of becoming an entrepreneur, and we can work through this together. So mindset tip number 1 is a really important one, and it's really going and leaning into fear. So the first thing to this is really understanding, what is your fear? What is it really rooted in? And then understanding that when fear comes up, it's actually something that you want to lean into, something you want to move forward with. Because if that fear is showing up, it means that you care about something enough to make a difference for it. You care about it so much that it is making you uncomfortable, and that uncomfortable feeling really means that something is going to change. It means you're growing. It's requiring a new part of you that doesn't actually exist yet. Maybe it's something that it makes you feel uncomfortable because it is a new realm of something that you don't even know. So an example of that is like this YouTube channel. It's a realm that I don't even know, and it required me to be on camera, talking to the camera, creating content, being able to speak about things that I know I'm passionate about, but in a way that is compelling and exciting, my editing skills, and then really not going into that perfectionism. So this fear is something that's causing you to grow in a different and big way. So that fear is something that is almost like your guiding force, and you want to think of it as that, is that when you're starting to have that fear and that little bit of uncomfortable moments, consider it something like, ooh, okay, let me think about that. Let me guide into what is happening here. Why is this showing up? Is it something I need to lean into more? We were really built in with this fear because ultimately it was for survival many years ago. It was so we wouldn't get eaten by a tiger or fall off the cliff or something like that, where now our fears are a lot more irrational and they're mostly within our mind. They don't even exist. When fear really shows up, whether it's posting a video, whether it's talking to that person, whether it's starting that business, you really want to start to look at it and dive into, okay, where do I want to move forward and where can I actually lean into this fear? The second mindset hack, and this is really one that I learned from Tony Robbins. Tony Robbins always shared the reason why people are successful or they're not successful is based off of how resourceful they are. Now, let me explain that. Resourceful isn't necessarily just about money or ways to get money, donations, whatnot. Being resourceful also means in a day and age where we have so much information available to us, there is no reason why you actually can't get the information you want. For example, if you wanted to lose weight, there is no reason why that you couldn't lose weight. It has to do with figuring out what the information is, what it is that you want to do, and go about and figuring out that information, figuring out how to do it. And if you don't know how to do it, I guarantee you there is someone out there that has done what you have wanted to do. So that is getting resourceful, really figuring out from day one what it is that you want, really figuring out, okay, how can I go about doing this? Is it typing it in search engine, or is it finding a mentor? Is it just trying and doing different things and learning from that? But it's getting resourceful in the sense of figuring out the information of what it is you need to do, figuring it out if there's somebody that you can reach out to get support from, and from there continuing growing. The third mindset hack is self-love and confidence. This one here is such an important one. Self-love really starts with belief that you are worth this all. This is one that I find women specifically get a little stuck on. Ability to trust yourself regardless of what is going on. That you are worth whatever it is that you want within your life. Also, understanding that it all is rooted in confidence. And confidence in what I mean by that is confidence to know that you are on the right path. You will do the work. Confidence in understanding that you are going to figure out whatever it is as you're doing it. The fourth one is actually results. Achieving those results and understanding that these results will not come unless you take action. Taking action is such an interesting thing because as the previous one we talked about is that a lot of people will say to me, well, Alex, I don't have the confidence in myself because I haven't actually received the feedback that I will be successful. This is a big one for me because when I first started my journey in becoming an entrepreneur, I wanted to know that I was going to be successful. I wanted to know the exact steps. I wanted to know the exact manual of what it is I wanted, and I was going to be good at it. Hello, like everyone, right? And it doesn't quite work that way. And I'll explain why. Because what happens is that we all want these guarantees, and there's no guarantees. There is no magic pill. There's no secret sauce. There's no magic tip or hack that is going to make you successful. If there was one, it would actually be taking action. Because if you imagine it as a circle, okay? If you imagine it as taking action as the beginning, and as you take action, you start to get results, whether they're positive or negative. But those results will actually give you the feedback to readjust, change, evolve, keep doing it, whatever it might be. But regardless, you're learning. As you continue to learn, understand, evolve, change, continue doing, you're starting to understand that you're in a different place. If you continue to take more action, you start bridging the gap of understanding what it is and it requires you to be successful. This taking action is so imperative for you, your journey, and your business. If you don't take action, you're not going to get results. If you're not getting results, you have lower self-confidence, so lower self-love. And then you're just stuck in this realm of where you were before, of not being happy, not doing what you're passionate about, and not excited. Tip number 5. This is a tough one, and I'm going to share with you that this is something that I struggled with at the beginning of my journey in starting a business. And that is to not compare yourself to others. Not getting stuck in that trap of comparing yourself. Because what I know is that it is really easy in social media nowadays to look on your phone and say, hey, oh, this person is so much further ahead. Why should I do that? Or all the information that I'm sharing is exactly the same. Why should I make a difference? And why should I actually share the information what I can share with you is no one is you. No one has been through the experiences that you have been through. No one has actually gone through the journey that you have. No one will say it the way you did. No one has gone through the same upbringing and experiences or anything. Your thought patterns are going to be completely different. Comparing yourself to another person is almost like trying to compare apples and oranges. They're not the same. They're not even the same family. They don't even taste the same, right? So if you imagine yourself as being an orange, because I love oranges, love orange juice, everything, but that's besides the point. If you imagine yourself to oranges and everyone else out there is an apple, you'll start to realize that comparing yourself to others is just kind of a waste of your time. A lot of successful people have shared this with me, is if you make it a habit to compare yourself to who you were before, 3 months, 6 months, a year, 10 years from now, whatever it might be, but make a habit of it to compare yourself to who you were and understanding the growth that you have come, you've already won. So making it a habit to just compare yourself to who you were before. This is one that, oh my God, it took me so long to actually get through this hack. Number 6, and this is notice your excuses. Yep, I said it. Notice your excuses. And I'll start with this. Have you ever used the excuse, I don't have the time, I don't have enough information, I don't know what to do, someone's gonna judge me, who am I to talk about this, I don't have the right camera, and I'm not in the right place, I don't have enough money, whatever it might be? Have you used any of those reasons? I'm gonna call you out right now. They're excuses. And the reason why is you want to stay safe. And I say safe like that because it's scary to put yourself out there. It's scary to try something new where you don't know what the result is. Yourself, your body, your mind, your spirit wants to stay in a comfortable place. We know from the first one is that fear is going to show up in many different areas in many different ways. But you can't continue doing what you're doing now. That Albert Einstein quote. And I don't remember exactly what it is, and I'll probably mess this up. But ultimately, it's if you continue doing the things you're currently doing and expecting different results, it's a definition of insanity. Not calling you crazy. I've been there too. But it's important to start to understand and notice, when are you using these excuses? Is it when you're talking about your business that you potentially want to start? Because if it is, it's a reason for you to make yourself feel better for not taking action. Instead of taking one little step, regardless of what it is, it's understanding how you can actually move forward from there and take time for yourself and understanding what it is those excuses are for yourself. I hope that you learned something today and you found some value. Let me know in the comments what it is that you would love to start for yourself. What is that business you want to start for yourself that you just haven't had time to get started with? And then the other thing is, I would love to know, what is one of the biggest things that holds you back? What is one of the mindset tips that I shared with you today that you found really valuable and that you're excited to implement into your life? So I would love to know. Thank you for watching. I will see you in the next video.